So we'll be having guided hikes all across the entire state where folks can come out and join us.
So tell us what the origin of this program is and who is it geared for? Is it to all skill levels and all difficulty levels, or exactly what?
I'm glad you asked. So this started in Massachusetts. We'll give them credit in '92. And then over the years, it picked up traction, and now it's a nationwide tradition. So if you come out and hike with us on January 1st, you are literally doing this with 50 other states and 50 other state park systems all on the same day. So it's a big thing. And we have hikes for every skill level and every person. So if you're new to hiking, or maybe you are just not wanting to take on too much, you can definitely find something simple, half-mile, mile hike. Or if you want a bigger adventure, we have those too.
So the concept kind of parallels in a way the old Hands Across America thing. Remember that?
You might have to tell me about it.
Well, it was. You remember that, Joe?
Oh yeah, definitely remember that.
Where everybody held hands or tried to. It was a thing where everybody tried to join hands from East Coast to West Coast. There were some gaps in that, of course, but everybody hiking across the United States. Is it? You might have covered it. Is it in one day, or is it an ongoing thing?
Well, here for Arkansas anyway, if you hike with us on January 1st, you get a special first day hike limited edition sticker for this year. But if you want to go on your own during New Year's week, so that's December 27th through January 4th, you can fill out a really quick form on our website and we will still mail you that sticker. So you can be a part of this whether you want to come hike with us on January 1 or you come on another day by yourself.
So what we don't want is a big ice storm, in the wee hours of January 1st, right?
Yeah, that would be unfortunate, but the state parks are always there for you if you want to come back another day.
So what are your favorite? That's not fair. If you were going to pick out your top 5 destinations to hike on that day, if you could just parachute into 5 of them, what would be those 5, and why would you choose them?
It's really hard to say. I say favorite is a dangerous word
Right.
in my profession.
Right.
But, we're having about 40 parks participate in this and 68 hikes across the state. So you have a lot of options. What immediately comes to mind, I would love to go to Delta Heritage Trail. So that's the state park in Helena, way over on the east side of the state. I'm a big fan of the Delta.
Now, that's the one that's got the Rails to Trails thing that goes. How long does that go? That's a great hike.
Yes, I can't remember. It's an ongoing project that we're really, really excited about. They're going to finish it pretty soon, I think. But
Very easy hike,
cool.
flat, not challenging at all, but it's really cool. Great things to see there, and you got a great visitor center there also.
That's right. Yeah, great views. You really just kind of feel like you're in a different world when you go out to that area of the state, but in particular that park. So I really enjoy that. Another great place might be the other end of the state, going to Lake Fort Smith State Park. You ever been out there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful. I think he's doing a waterfall hike that day.
Does the Ozark Highland Trail still have a terminus there? I know it did before they moved it.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on every part, unfortunately, but I believe so.
Yeah, that was for the longest time the western terminus of the Ozark Highland Trail was at Lake Fort Smith State Park, and the eastern terminus, I believe, was at Richland Creek. And so that's a great, if you wanted to do that, that part of the OHT is a really good one. And 3 more.
All right, so maybe I'd also recommend Mount Nebo State Park.
Oh yeah, that was the
in
one I was gonna.
Russellville.
That was the one I was
You
gonna
like
choose.
that
Yeah,
one?
love it. I like that loop around the top of the mountain.
Rim Trail.
Yeah.
You get all the views without the work. It's a nice flat trail all
Yep.
the way around the mountain. That's always a good one. Next, I might say, I might have to think for a minute.
Let me see. I would put in the ones at Village Creek State Park there's some great trails up there. Not too challenging, but very scenic.
Yes, I agree. I've done those myself. That's a great option. And the great thing about going to that corner of the state, any of those parks in northeast Arkansas, so many of them are very close together. So you can make a weekend out of it and end up hitting 5 parks all at once. If you do the passport program, you can get 5 stamps in one weekend and really just knock it out.
And the Louisiana Purchase one on the boardwalk this time of year is fantastic. No mosquitoes if it's a cool enough day.
That's my husband's favorite park. See, I can tell you what his favorite is. I can't tell you what mine
Right,
is. but
right.
That is his favorite park. So yeah, I think that would also be an excellent place to go hike.
And I think I would also throw in there Logolai.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one doesn't get a lot of attention.
Not a lot of attention, but it's a great place. And the trails there take you through a lot of different things. You get to see like all the, all of the geographic things that converge there. It's real cool, and the trails are not heavily used, and it's kind of out tucked away where not that many people know where it is.
Right, yeah. And for some people, that may be exactly what you're looking for on January 1st. Go somewhere to be with your thoughts.
And I believe is it Cane Creek, the one with the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's got a great trail too.
It does. It's got a great trail system in general.
And let's not forget Pinnacle Mountain, right here in the central Arkansas, right near Little Rock. Man, it's got every trail you want. If you want a nice, easy walk down by the Little Maumelle River, that's great. If you want to climb the mountain, you can do that, and any difficulty level that you wish.
That's right. Yeah, I love Pinnacle Mountain. I think it's kind of a little reflection of what the whole state is,
Yep.
and that is just incredible variety, all the outdoor recreation you can want, just waiting for you if you're an Arkansan.
You know, a lot of people want to know, how do you get into a career like that? You know, what got you started with what you do?
Yeah, it's a cool job, very popular topic at parties. My degree specifically is in recreation and natural resource management, so I kind of knew that this was something I was going to want to do, but I don't know that everyone starts that way. I think as long as you've got a passion for the outdoors and you've got good skill set in the outdoors, this is something you might enjoy, might want to look into.
What's some of your background? You mentioned your degree and everything. What, as far as like on the job training, going out and sampling all the parks that we have and getting to know the staff and getting to know the areas.
Mm-hmm.
How much of that would you say is requisite for a job like yours?
Well, I used to work in the field, so right now I work in Little Rock in our headquarters, but I used to work at Lake Ouachita State Park, DeGray Lake Resort State Park, White Oak Lake State Park, so definitely a lake girl. So I've gotten a lot of experience through that and a lot of the training that we offer through that. And since then I've moved up, but still spend a lot of my time in parks, fortunately.
I think, Joe, I was about to say we're going to take a break here on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. We're visiting with Kayla Gomantz of the Arkansas State Parks. We got Anthony Michaels here. We're gonna talk about some cool stuff, hunting and fishing wise, and later on we'll have Jared Ruggles, fly fishing guide on the White River, join us. And we're just having a good time here right before Christmas with Joe Franklin. So stay with us. Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Down south, a handshake means something, and we let our actions do the talking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is rooted in Southern tradition and grit. Southern-born and raised and Arkansas-based, Brad Hendricks is named a Mid-South super lawyer year after year. So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
If you travel south towards Pine Bluff on 530, whether you're going home to Saracen or the Deer Woods or Duck Blind, don't forget to stock up at Dixon Road Wine and Spirits. Locally owned with great selections, Dixon Road Wine and Spirits is easy to get to, and their easy access drive-thru will have you on your way in a matter of minutes. They're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., and their prices are beyond competitive. That's Dixon Road Wine and Spirits, where you get more bang for your buck. Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Hi, this is Joe Klein, former Razorback and owner of Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
And I'm Anthony Lucas, also a proud former Razorback and Corky's Barbecue regular customer.
We may represent different sports in different decades, but all generations of hogs agree.
Corky's is the only place to get the most delicious ribs and barbecue at a winning price.
So stop into Corky's now and every day for never-ending specials.
Corky's,
where the hogs come home, baby.
Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices, like ping pong, right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Brand new players get a 100% profit boost just for downloading the Bet Saracen app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Bell & Schwartz Gentleman's Store has stores within a store. The Martin Dingman Lodge leather goods, accessories perfect for Christmas bags, wallets, gloves, socks, and cigar cases. Name brands Gentile, Cricket Razorback gear, Peter Millar apparel, and Fiore athleisure wear. Bell & Schwartz Quality Men's Clothing, the only store with a tailor on staff for your custom needs. Bell & Schwartz, 1011 Oak Street in Conway, on Facebook and Instagram.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
All right, welcome to Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, and we're having a little bit of Christmas cheer here right before right before Christmas, and we just visited with Kayla Gomance of Arkansas State Parks about the First Hike Initiative. Everybody get out on January 1st, take yourself a hike around the natural state and join hikers from all the other 49 states as well. We've got with us in studio Anthony Michaels, a frequent flyer on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors and a frequent flyer all over the country. He goes all over to hunt and fish. And, tell us about your latest.
I will tell you about it, but I have to give a shout out. And Jerry James, who nobody knows him as Jerry James, Buck James, my cousin, just got inducted to the 2026 Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame. So I had to give a shout out to Buck, who I never even knew his first name when it's listed as Jerry. I was kind of like, I thought Buck had won it, but it's Jerry James, which I now know my cousin's first name.
Big time, congrats.
It's always been Buck since we were in grade school. It's Buck.
Yeah.
But anyway, congratulations to Buck for getting that award and being inducted. Now, as you're referring to, I'm always trying to do something different. So this year, a friend of mine, and he gets listed because it's his fault, Tom Rayburn, had decided, and he's great. We try to do something new and different in Alaska each year, just to try something different because it's vast and so many things to do up there. So we decided to go winter king fishing and go for what you call your king salmon in the winter, which you can still fish for king salmon out in the ocean, trolling and such. And so we started our trek I started December 11th. And started my flight, a 3-leg flight to Alaska, all crowded. I never will forget the 400-pound guy beside me in Little Rock to Dallas. And anyway, that started out. That should have been the omen. But we became good friends, squeezing into our 2 seats. But by the time the second leg landed in Seattle, which was about 6 or 7 o'clock, I got the text from the outfitter saying, all fishing has canceled for the weekend because they had 80-mile-per-hour winds. which, as my friend up there had said, 80-mile-per-hour winds just happen, Anthony. They're no big deal. They might be big to y'all down here, but it's nothing up here. And I was going like, well, I would have tried to fish it. I really would have, but the outfitter said no go, not out in the ocean. So
how high would the waves be in an 80
I don't know what they were telling you. You're in an inlet, but Alaskans are gutsy guys. For them to call it off, it had to be bad. And like I said, I went ahead. There was nothing to do, so I flew another 4-hour leg from Seattle to Anchorage. And my buddy picked me up at the airport, and we went to his house, and I crashed there for the night. And he was telling me, he said, the winds were pretty good, 85 mile per hour. And he said, it happens. I was going like, no, it doesn't happen. And so from that, I got up the next morning, and Alaskan Airlines was very good. They found me a way to get back. But I calculated out of a 48-hour period, I spent 38 hours either in the airport or in the air. And it's a first. I'd just term it an ugly adventure.
That's a neat airport in Anchorage. You get off, and they got the big grizzly bear.
And the big moose.
And it's all kind of dimly lit. It's almost like a polar night in the airport.
Well, especially in the winter, that's well lit because it's dark 24/7 right now.
So I guess that's the inward passage there at Anchorage.
When you say inward pass,
that body of water that goes all the way.
Cook Inlet.
Yeah, Cook Inlet.
Yeah.
What 80-mile-an-hour winds? What does that look like?
I didn't get to see him. He was telling me about it. He just picked me up, and the wind was blowing, and I jumped out of the airport right into his car in a protected area, so I never really got to feel it. Although I've been up there where we've had some winds, and it's the way that wild country is. I mean, it happens up there. You've got the Bering Sea, and things are coming across the western side of Alaska, and then you've got Cook Inlet. People down here would go nuts if we had an earthquake, say a 6.0. They have 6.0 earthquakes there probably a couple of times a year.
Oh, that's crazy.
We've got our cabin set on bricks, so it shimmies with it, so it's not a problem.
Yeah,
but I was asleep just this last summer. I got woke up at 3 a.m. with an earthquake.
Yeah,
that just happens.
There was one when I was there too. It's a weird feeling.
If the volcano blows, it's all over. There's 3 volcanoes to the west that I know, 2 specifically, just to the west of Anchorage. And if they blow, it's pretty much all over. Definitely no flights, but they say it's pretty much over for trying to breathe or anything. They ignite every once in a while. You'll see something coming out, but you just get to where, you take them for granted.
That was the biggest thing that I noticed when I was there is how everything is covered in that basaltic ash. Where it goes, it's just that fine grit that's all over the place. You can't keep a car looking good up there, Joe, because the wind blows and it sandblasts your paint, and it stuff's all in your stuff's all in your air filter and everything else. I don't know.
Down here, no one even thinks about the tide.
Right.
The tide in Alaska moves 18 feet. Up and down 18 feet.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Wow.
You can be playing out in the mud and you get stuck, and it's just not good.
Yeah, and that mud is another thing. Is that if
it's
you get
silty over time, that silty mud,
and if you get knee deep in it, it's a very hard thing to get out.
The Girdwood, around Girdwood, where the Turnagain Pass, there's always somebody. Now there are guys that are gutsy that surf, kite surf, or I'm trying to remember exactly what they call it. But somebody always gets stuck out there, and they, for the most part, I think they get them out.
Well, we are getting out of this segment. This is we're going to take a little break here on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. We're visiting with Anthony Michaels, and we'll be right back after we go pay a little rent.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
When you're out and about in the natural state, whether it's work or play, make Double B's convenience stores your one-stop shop. With 34 locations in and around central Arkansas, there's a location near you. Stop by your nearest Double B's location and get a hot and fresh Double B's blend cup of coffee. It's always hot and fresh. And don't forget your favorite snacks. Many locations have hot delis where you can pick up a hot breakfast sandwich to start your day off right. Remember, it's Double B's, where you gas it, grab it, and go.
It's back. Gwatney Buick GMC's world-famous 12 Deals of Christmas. This pre-owned year-end closeout event features 12 unique late-model vehicles that are good enough for Santa. Cars, crossovers, trucks, and four-wheel drive SUVs that will get you to Grandma's house no matter what the Arkansas weather. These aren't just manager specials. These are the 12 Deals of Christmas. Hand-picked by Jamie Cobb himself. Plus, if you're looking for new, Gwatney Buick GMC delivers with 2026 GMC Sierras at 0%, Acadias at 1.9%, and Terrains at just $279 per month. Business owners, you only have until the end of the year. And Gwatney Buick GMC has qualifying vehicles ready to help you save on taxes. Sierras, Yukons, and more are ready to provide the deduction you're going to need. It's the 12 Deals of Christmas, only at Gwatney Buick GMC. 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. Call 501-945-4444. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. All offers with approved credit. The range of low mileage.
All right, folks, it's that time of year. It's cold outside, which means it's time for court sports. We're talking tennis, pickleball, basketball, all those sports that you can play indoors. Don't let nagging pain affect your ability to enjoy your sports time. QC Kinetics is here to help. QC Kinetics here in Little Rock is going to help you build your body's comeback story, powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery. Just your body remembering how to feel alive again. With QC Kinetics, healing is within reach. And guess what? Those sports I was mentioning earlier are a bit more fun when you're performing well and you're winning. QC Kinetics will help you get back to those winning ways. Schedule your free consultation today. It's a great time to do it, to use your HSA and FSA for treatments. Call 501-214-5880. That's 501-214-5880. Call QC Kinetics to schedule your free consultation today.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Paid for by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Welcome back to Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. It's a natural. Brought to you by Honda of North Little Rock. Let's go to Saracen Casino, talk to Neil Atkinson. Neil, when you look on Bet Saracen's homepage, you can see college football playoffs, NFL, NBA, NHL, any sport you can think of. It's right there on the homepage. Bet Saracen has you covered.
Yes, we got it all, and what an exciting time of year. It's bowl games, it's college football playoffs, it's towards the end of the NFL season. A lot of fantasy players are in playoffs right now, and NFL's just been crazy this year. Teams we thought you in have been eliminated, and teams coming out of nowhere are winning divisions. So it's just a fun time of year. And then we also got a little NBA and college basketball and NHL and English Premier League soccer and you name it, we've got it.
Live now, Monday Night Football. 49ers, Colts. You can find that line on the homepage also, or you can go to Live Now and you can find all the latest games that are going on at this moment and get the latest wagering odds.
Absolutely. And a little sneak peek, the Indianapolis Colts are plus 3.5 right now. That means San Francisco is minus 3.5. So you can still bet the game while it's in play, and you got even some parlays and some player props that are available there too. And if you have, don't forget, you can hit the player button, and you can actually stream and watch the game on your phone now via Bet Saracen. So enjoy that too.
Oh, that's a great deal. This week, Neil, got Christmas Day games for NFL and NBA. That's always a big deal.
Oh, Christmas Day, NBA and the NFL is kind of infringing on the territory, but I think you got enough football fans and enough basketball fans, and heck, we've got multi-screens now, so we can just load us up in a quad screen and have a little fun.
All right, thanks a lot, Neil. We'll talk to you soon. Merry Christmas to you.
Good luck, everybody, and Merry Christmas.
Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen.
Yes, sir. We love Neil Atkinson, and we are back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, visiting with Anthony Michaels, and so we're doing some hunting now. Our fishing trip was a bust.
Well, I mean, the only thing, it was an ugly adventure. So we move on to more positive things. We've got to keep moving forward, as my friend. In fact, the funny part was when I landed, I said, I'm going to make chicken salad out of this chicken. And I had just for a few hours tried to figure it out. And my buddy was going to let me borrow his car, and it's 3 hours down to my cabin. And I was just going to go down and hang out at the cabin. And I called my friends who were down there, living there permanently. And they said, don't come down here. It's an ice. It's just, it's ice.
Where's this?
In the Nilchik,
okay,
which is south of Soldotna. So I was thinking at one time I was going to turn this into a better adventure. And they said, no, we've had the snow installed and ice. And they said it's just ice-covered roads. And he said, don't do it. So at that point, I'm just left with planning the long road home.
So instead of chicken salad, you just had a jar of mayonnaise.
It was, you try to be positive, but you just get tired. I don't even remember sleeping on the plane because it's always an overnight trip on the way back, and it just wasn't good.
Right.
It's not the way I expected to spend it. I was all psyched to catch my first winter king, and Tom was too. So
here's an idea for you. Every fall, September, October, the kings and the cohos and all the stuff that's in
and the steelhead
come out of Lake Michigan.
Oh yes,
into those little feeder streams all through Wisconsin and Illinois and everything, and you can go into a place like Boyle Park, and like I'm thinking of
not our Boyle Park.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Arkansas's Boyle Park.
No, hold on a minute with that.
Yes.
And it's like being in Boyle Park, and people are lining the banks, elbow to elbow, catch it. I caught a 19-pound king there many years ago, and the cohos come up a little later.
I'm very familiar with that, and I've thought about that several times ago on the Michigan side. There's several streams it's really good fishing because you wait till the first weekend of deer season, and all of the people are deer hunting, and then it frees up the streams. Mm-hmm. But there is some major king salmon, and in the silvers, I've fished for silvers in Lake Michigan before.
Yeah, so imagine now standing in, fishing a creek the width and size of any of these that run through Little Rock, and you're catching these massive fish out of there on. We used egg sacks, little like you would put little gemstones in at one of these things in Hot Springs where they got a little mesh sack that they put the rocks in.
That's exactly what we do out in West Alaska.
Okay.
Western Alaska.
Okay.
Yes.
Same thing.
It works.
It works, and that's how we did it up there. A much less expensive trip, a lot less involved. You got to get there, but I would strongly recommend that. And when you go, let me know, and I'll show you the ropes.
I will do that. I have wanted to do that several years, and I have friends that when I do some events, I have some catering events I'll do up in northern Illinois, and all those guys are very familiar with the king salmon. We say the timing and everything, and the techniques and everything, and they've just about talked me into it. I've just never taken the plunge.
What's the weight on those king salmon?
On a king salmon?
They're huge.
The winter king, to get specific, the winter kings that we were going to catch out in Cook Inlet were probably running 20 to 30 pounds. That's small for a king salmon.
Wow.
The record's like almost 100 pounds, 97, 98 pounds. My biggest king salmon ever in the Kenai River was 45 pounds. But I've been in the boat when a 60-something pounder was caught. And you say it's one of the greatest, hardest freshwater fish, but it's not really a freshwater fish because they've just come in from the ocean. They travel upstream the rivers probably about 11 miles a day when they're coming in to spawn, and that's when you're fishing for them. When they've come back in, the eggs hatch, they're smoked for a certain time, and then like in the spring or however it works, they go into the ocean. They vanish for about 3 to 5 years. Certain ones 3 years, certain ones 5 in general, and then they come back in to spawn and do the ritual, and they will die at the end of spawning. And when they come in, that's when you get some big ones. Now, right now, it's not good, and it's you can't fish for king salmon really that I know of in the rivers that we usually fish. We fish for coals because they're becoming endangered. There's so much. There's several theories of what's reducing the population. Some people say too many trawlers, and if you saw the nets in Cook Inlet, I don't know how a fish makes it through there, but other people say it's has to do with the biology in the waters, the food for the fish. But I don't know the one to blame it on. But probably 10 years ago was when I caught or maybe 8 years ago I caught my biggest king salmon, and now you can't fish for them.
There's a lot of things going up there. I've got a picture on my phone of one of the last remaining concentrations of stellar sea lions on a rock up in the near Soldotna, not too far from there. And one of the things that they told us is that they reproduce, they breed fine, they have young, but because the oceans are warming, the fish that they feed on are so deep that the young ones can't get down to them, so their young sea lions don't survive. And it's just a diminishing return. There may be something going on similar.
Well, it's all related because even the killer whales. I mean, I've been with a friend before, and they were fishing in a certain place just outside of Kodiak, and the killer whales came, and the fishing was all over. Well, as all killer whales have certain habits. Some chase great whites, some chase, some salmon. I mean, there's variations on the killer whales. They do hang out. We see them every year. I saw them this year when they're in the Cook Inlet, and they will go for the salmon. And if the salmon aren't there, they move out. And it's all interrelated because there's other animals and everything conditioned, like the sea lions, that once you affect one, it affects the other. Now, one other thing that's odd is you are now fishing in the Kenai. You'll see a lot of I don't know if they're sea lions, but they're seals. And, a lot of times I've had friends catch a fish and then it gets pulled off.
What, the seals get them?
Yeah.
Yeah, fishing.
And it's just that's fun to me. I mean, maybe not if it was my fish, but it's fun to watch.
I've seen that happen. I fished off the coast of San Francisco one time, and that was a real deal. And our captain had to get kind of offshore away from the seals because they're conditioned to that. They hang around the bait, those bait docks, and, they follow the boats out, and eventually you just have to outpace them. The struggles that we fishermen have to endure.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, one thing we're going to have hit right here, we're going to endure this. That's not the right word for it. We're going to embrace this commercial break here on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. We'll be right back with Jared Ruggles of Flyco in Cotter, Arkansas.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Arkansas Roundballers Big Joe Klein and Pat Bradley pontificate on Bet Saracen.
People ask me, what do basketball players know about football? What say you, Joe?
I explained that anyone can run up and down a grass field with a screwy-shaped ball, but it takes finesse to strategically launch a basketball from long distances at an 18-inch diameter steel hoop.
Dang, Joe, you sure are smart. Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Down south, a handshake means something, and we let our actions do the talking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is rooted in Southern tradition and grit. Southern-born and raised and Arkansas-based, Brad Hendricks is named a Mid-South super lawyer year after year. So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
When you're out and about in the natural state, whether it's work or play, make Double B's Convenience Stores your one-stop shop. With 34 locations in and around central Arkansas, there's a location near you. Stop by your nearest Double B's location and get a hot and fresh Double B's blend cup of coffee. It's always hot and fresh. And don't forget your favorite snacks. Many locations have hot delis where you can pick up a hot breakfast sandwich to start your day off right. Remember, it's Double B's, where you gas it, grab it, and go.
Hey guys, it's Dee Dee from Ava Bella Day Spa. I know you're stuck on what to get her for Christmas. Hey, I got your back, and your legs, and your face, and your arms, and your shoulders, and your neck. How about a relaxation massage or a whole spa package? For $125, she can get a 30-minute facial, a 1-hour massage, and time in our Himalayan salt infrared sauna. Go to avabelladayspa.com. Merry Christmas from Ava Bella Day Spa.
This is Justin Acree. If hand or wrist pain is getting in the way of your daily life, it's time to see the specialists at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. Their fellowship-trained hand and wrist surgeons treat everything from arthritis and fractures to nerve injuries and carpal tunnel. And with Arkansas's only hand trauma telemedicine program, advanced care is available around the clock. Call Ortho at 501-686-TOSH to schedule your appointment today and get back to living pain-free. That's 501-686-8674. The doctor will see you now.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
And welcome back to Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. We've been talking all kinds of things tonight. State parks, first hikes, Alaskan busted fishing trips, and all this, that, and the other. And now we're going to talk about somebody who seldom has a bad fishing trip. Jared Ruggles of Flyco up in the Mountain Home area. Not Mountain, yeah, and I guess Cotter.
Cotter Special, not Mountain Home.
I know.
Cotter.
I know. So Jared Ruggles, welcome to Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
Hey guys, how are y'all doing today?
We are doing good. We've just had a lot of sob stories tonight, Jared, and so we had to have somebody on here to give us some good time stories about fly fishing for trout on the White River. And this is kind of a downtime for you, isn't it?
It is. It is. I was just thinking it feels like I'm retired. I hope this is not what retired feels like, though, because I've kind of felt like not gonna lie, like a bum the last couple of weeks.
Well, how was the fall? Tell us about what the fishing was like in the fall and what the transition was like into now, especially with the new rules and the new reality, on the White and the North Fork rivers.
Sure, man. So the first thing with the fall fishing is you got to get through the lake turning over. There's not a lot to talk about while the lake's turning over. It's really fickle. It can be hit or miss. It's a beautiful time to be out there. When it is hit, it's fantastic. But if you catch the wrong water, or if you get stuck in the wrong block of water, man, it can be kind of tough. So that gets out of the way. Usually doesn't last a real long time. So once you get out of the way of that, we all start thinking about the spawn. That's kind of where we are now. These fish are coming into pre-spawn pretty good.
What did the the catch and release rules, regulations for the rainbows? What has that done for the fishing, and what has it done that you've been able to see for the quality of the fish?
I haven't seen an uptick in quality of fish. Like speaking of like 20-inch fish or I've seen some slightly bigger stockers, what we call stockers. Like rather than catching a bunch of 13, it's starting to see some 15s and 16s. I think the main thing is these areas that you can count on that typically hold fish are holding them longer. It's not like you're coming in there and you're fishing this for a week and then it's gone and you have to find something else. You're able to stay in some of these places longer and actually do better. I think it's been a win-win in my opinion.
Now, the two times that you and I fished together, one was on May 1st and one was a little bit later. We were fishing both times, a real specific hatch. I guess that's pretty much over for the year, and this is kind of the time of the year when you're fishing, or when I would be fishing, bait fish imitators and things like that.
Yes, sir. So the hatches, as far as insects go, that's over. You'll have some midge hatches, and fish are always eating those. I think the thing to think about is thinking about it more in the way of seasons that we go through. And anytime these fish are dialed into one particular thing, it's like a hatch in a sense. It's like pretty soon they'll be primarily eating eggs, and they'll dial in on eggs so much that it does fish fantastic. It's one of my favorite times of the year to fish. And you mentioned bait fish patterns. That's a big deal too. The streamer game is definitely going now. These fish are territorial. You'll get lots of swipes kind of this time of the year, and you may move a few fish, but it should just get better and better as we get into the colder months, and that should go all the way through March.
Do you do any of the drifting down by the bank, just hard stripping streamers off the bank?
For sure. I'll do some of that. You really have to have the right mindset to go into that. It's not something that someone's very first time on the White River or first time fly fishing, you would want to take them to do that. You can be challenging, and the idea of a good day when you're streamer fishing can be a little different than midge fishing or going out for numbers or being on like a real hot caddis bite. You're kind of hunting for one fish. You're running. We like to say if you can move one fish on one bank, you're doing good.
We're talking with Jared Ruggles we're talking with Jared Ruggles of Flyco Fly Fishing, and tell us a little bit about your business, what you do, and how to get in touch with you and book a trip during this kind of off season when the fishing is really good.
Yeah, man. So I run Flyco. It's FLICO. You can find us online, www.theflyco.com, or give me a call, 870-260-4570. And we offer fly fishing trips. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or if you're super experienced. We can kind of cater each trip to people's experience level. And we're an outfitter here on the White River. We fish the North Fork as well. But I prefer to stay on the white and get over on the North Fork maybe when the white's not fishing as well.
I'll tell you a little bit about it. I fished with Jared for the first time on May Day with Rusty Pruitt. One of the greatest fishing days of my life. It was just fabulous. And I fished again with you later in the summer. I guess I don't know, what was that, July maybe? And
yes, sir.
Had a friend with me, Kathy Worsfeld, who had a fly rod in her hand for the very first time. And how many did she catch? She had a great day too.
She did pretty good. I remember we were fishing a really hard rig for a beginner. Well, kind of had to fish big water.
Yeah, big water, and but now the releases are not so much. I was at Batesville today, looking down, and it was pretty much dead low, and not much water coming through. And how does that affect, especially after you've kind of spent all year, fishing fast high water? Now it's back down to the way we kind of are used to it this time of year. How does that change your mindset about how you approach what you're going to do?
Well, you just got to adjust with it. The size of your flies are going to change. The weight's going to change. The distance between your indicator and your flies is going to change. You have to get more technical when the water gets lower. You've got to fish smaller, really fine indicators. You've got to stretch that indicator a good ways away from the fly line. When you're fishing in that big water, your indicator is not really, your indicator and your fly line is not really in their wheelhouse at all. You might as well be a satellite going over the top of them. So in that regard, you've got to really stretch things out, get the fly line away from your fly, away from your indicator, have the smallest indicator you can physically see, that will float your fly, and you just got to change with it. You've got to row quieter, even. Everything's more technical. It's a lot of fun. Oftentimes you can see a lot of these fish that you're going after. And it's funny you mentioned that. I was just thinking we don't have any rain in the forecast that I saw. We're on a 659-foot power pool right now, and currently we're at 655. So I think we'll have a lot of minimum flow going forward until we get some rain. So good news for the wade fishermen. We'll make fishing out of a boat a little bit harder, a little more technical, but a little more fun too.
All right. We have been visiting with Jared Ruggles of Flyco. Thank you, Jared, for joining us. Merry Christmas, brother, and I hope that you catch a big one before New Year's.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas, Brian.
All right. Take care. Be safe. Join us back for Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
This is Anthony Lucas, here to tell you about my favorite spot in Little Rock, Corky's. Sure, Corky's may look all ribs and barbecue on the outside, but did you know Corky's was also nominated for Central Arkansas's best catfish? And don't get me started on their chicken, shrimp, and nachos.
Those Big Joe burgers, Anthony.
Big Joe, when did you get here?
You really stealing my thunder, Anthony. Corky's is my place.
No way you love Corky's like me, Joe.
Talk to me when you have your own menu item, Lucas.
Corky's ribs and barbecue.
It's that time of the year where people start thinking about the holidays and Arkansas's many hunting seasons. So if you're headed south to the Deer Woods or a duck blind, you owe it yourself to stock up at Dixon Road Wine and Spirits. They're the first exit on 530 towards Pine Bluff. You'll find it easy on and easy off, and their prices are easier on your wallet. Their convenient drive-thru will have you on your way in a matter of minutes. They're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's Dixon Road Wine and Spirits, where your dollar means more.
It's back. Gwatney Buick GMC's world-famous 12 Deals of Christmas. This pre-owned year-end closeout event features 12 unique late-model vehicles that are good enough for Santa. Cars, crossovers, trucks, and four-wheel drive SUVs that will get you to Grandma's house no matter what the Arkansas weather. These aren't just manager specials. These are the 12 Deals of Christmas. Hand-picked by Jamie Cobb himself. Plus, if you're looking for new, Gwatney Buick GMC delivers with 2026 GMC Sierras at 0%, Acadias at 1.9%, and and terrains at just $279 per month. Business owners, you only have until the end of the year. And Gwatney Buick GMC has qualifying vehicles ready to help you save on taxes. Sierras, Yukons, and more are ready to provide the deduction you're going to need. It's the 12 deals of Christmas only at Gwatney Buick GMC. 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. Call 501-945-4444. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. All offers with approved credit. Terrains at low mileage.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline. Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the pros. 501-381-5228. Call now. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and GenWealth Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
In Arkansas, cancers of the lung, breast, prostate, and colon are the leading cause of cancer deaths. Yet simple screenings can save lives, helping doctors find and treat cancer early. If you have a family history of cancer, you need to start screenings even earlier, because cancer screenings can never come too soon, only too late. To learn more, visit cancer.uams.edu. Sponsored by this station, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and UAMS.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
And we're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, and we've had just a couple of hard luck stories tonight. We had some good fishing stories, but Anthony Michaels is going to end us on a high note.
Yes, we're going to take a high note. I took a friend of mine, Tom Rayburn, who had never hunted elk before, and this was his first elk hunt. He did the right thing. He practiced a little bit before we went and everything. We went to Chama Landing Cattle, which I go to every year in Chama, New Mexico. And he got his first elk, and it was an incredible thing. And even though he's very reserved and conservative and everything, he was high-fiving. And I was high-fiving with him.
They get a bull or a cow? Cow or a bull?
It was a cow.
Yeah.
And I shot a cow. In fact, we were very fortunate. We shot our two cows out of the same herd that were coming through. And I think he shot his like 200 and something yards. And anyway, it was a great deal, and he's got his elk processed, and if I estimate it right, he's got about 250 pounds of processed meat coming back off that one elk.
That's a lot of meat. Now, how much does a hunt like that cost, all inclusive, and then the after party, like you're talking about, the process?
And that's a very good question. I try to I love taking people to Chama because everything's included. Great lodging, great food, and the guides are excellent, and they take a lot of pressure off. So you hunt, it's at best a 2-day hunt, and it's a $3,000 trip for the hunt, and so it's kind of pricey, but nothing compared to a regular hunt. I've done do-it-yourselves, I've done guided hunts elsewhere and everything, but for the short time where somebody can just get away for the weekend, and I hate to say it that way, but just get your first taste of, mountain hunting, and because you're up at 6,000 elevation, you've got a chance, and there you've got a very good chance you're going to get your elk. And I take guys there so they can get their first elk to just see what it's like.
Is it all cow hunting, or do you?
No, you can hunt bulls, but it gets a lot more expensive. They have both. I've killed bulls. They have a 6,000 acre area that's enclosed where they have their cows, and a lot of people hunting there. And that's kind of, I hate to say it, but not the sure thing, but it gives you a lot better chance because you're going to see elk. Now, I've killed a lot of my elk outside because the whole area is about 36,000 acres. And the elk is just a high, area, a high traffic area for elk where they're coming out of the mountains and then going into lower range due to the weather. Now, that's not to be associated with the Hickorilla hunting, which the Hickorilla Reservation is over 1 million, or just either 900 or 1 million acres now, and that's all. A lot of it's free range, but it's a lot harder hunting. The facilities aren't as nice, and it's got one extra day of hunting, and it's a lot cheaper. But you do the lottery, and you cannot pick the time when you're going to go hunt. So when you got somebody that's on a tight schedule, and you need to know this is the time I can take a vacation, then the Chama Land and Cattle fits that bill. Especially for your first elk, just to see the elk, and then you'll see bulls. And you see them, and it's just incredible how big they are.
What is your recommended? You've killed a few. What's your recommended rifle caliber to elk hunt?
And that's a very good question, because this year was interesting. I take pride and I practice and make sure that I make a good ethical shot, but in the right, and I understand the anatomy of the animal. This was the first year that I had, or that I can remember, where I shot a 300 Win Mag, shooting 180 grain Barnes triple shock, and I hit the elk perfectly right behind the shoulder into the chest. I think I'd misranged him a little bit, and because it was a couple inches high, but it went right through. Shot her. She sat there and she jumped, so I knew I'd hit a good hit, and everybody agreed, but she wouldn't fall. She wouldn't go down. And me and the guy had argued a little bit, as I usually do with them, because they wanted me to put a second shot in her. And I was just about to, and it was a minute or two when she finally fell. But she took that shot from that 180 grain, and it's my rifle I hand load, so it's coming out of the muzzle at 3,100 feet per second plus. And when it hit her, it shocked her. But other than that, she was like, okay, I've had a hiccup. It wasn't like she affected her whatsoever. It was just impressive. Now, what I usually like to do is as I told you, I'm getting into 270 more. Mm-hmm. And so I like to shoot. If it's a bull elk, if I'm on a bull elk hunt, I'm going to go 300 Win Mag. And just because I want something that can break through the shoulders and take it down, because it's just an incredible beast. But that cow took a 300 Win Mag, and she just stood there.
The bullet, how did that perform when you extracted it?
Well, I rarely find the Barnes triple shot coming out at 300 are rarely going to be found in the animal. I've found maybe out of 15 elk, maybe once or twice, I found a mushroom, and it's on the other side. Rarely do I find, usually it blows through the other side just as well. And I like that. I've got no problem with that. But elk is just an extremely tough animal where it can take a blow like that, and yes, it's going to end up going down, but it just, like I said, probably a minute or two we stared at it.
All right, we are done with 2025 of Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. We got Razorback basketball next Monday, so we won't be here. This is our last show of the season. And I tell you what, I really enjoyed spending that with you fellas, with Kayla Gomans. Thank you for joining us, and Jared Ruggles. Joe Franklin, always a pleasure. And looking forward to a great 2026.
Oh, yeah. And 2025 flew by fast.
It did. It flew by fast. All right, join us in 2026 for our first installment of Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors for the new year. And we'll see you then. Thank you for joining us.